Hey, lunch viewers, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. We just left off with doing a whole episode where we didn't actually share a poem that I plan on sharing, so hopefully we'll get around to sharing it this episode. I expect we will, but we will see. Hey, Yuri Geller. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Oh no, I was kinda just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Ooh, tea for me. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches the electric kettle. I'm going to plug this into the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. Why does the teacher's desk have power? That's kinda cool and modern. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements, not creepy at all. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Yes, because I've put a lot of thought into how her moves are supposed to match the way she speaks, whatever the frack that means, you weirdo. Especially because her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? God dang it. Shall we go then? Yeah, this is the most awkward thing I've read in quite a while. Where are you two off to? Yuri was gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. This guy has the self-awareness of a radish. We're just filling the water pitcher. Whoa, she got real big. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. So curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's a weird observation to make. Monica, please mind your own business for once. Seriously, Monica. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve phone club activities? Club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's something wrong with that. Then let's go, Flo. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Is Yuri taller than Monica? Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri. Something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Oh, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because. Do you want to be punished? Look at that weird sideways look. That's hard for your eyes. Like, that's uncomfortable for me. I don't like it. Nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No, wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Oh, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I like that very much. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. You know, that's good story writing. Why bother showing the reader how a character feels when you can just tell them? It's way shorter, it's way more to the point, it's super efficient, that's quality writing, that is. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah, shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Oh, do you like oolong tea? Is this a joke? Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. I assume Fahrenheit. Now let's get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? What is it? Sorry, like, you do this properly because she uses a teapot? I mean, I guess there are people who do it just in a cup, but if you're making tea for a group of people, I think it's pretty common to use a teapot. Anyway, of course, I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Yeah, only experts get the teapot. Hoo-hoo! What was that? In that case, I'll be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming to herself. Yes, I'm super surprised, because I expected silence when the tea is being prepared. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you around anyway. Well, that's great, Yuri, but, just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Foe. It's a worry wart. It's very endearing. No, it's not. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Foe, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Kinky, eh? What's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. What? No, what? I can read my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Okay, that's fair. Back against the wall. Fair enough. Fair enough. Sorry, I didn't realize. You know, chairs have backs too, though. No worries, I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well! It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. Kandar? I like it. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Where is everybody else? Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Fusion? Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. What's that? I don't know how to read -- bang. Also, why isn't the bang in the quotes? Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. That's actually a kind of fair point. Her exposing more well-roundedness is, good. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I have to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. ... Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing, or so you think. She wears her intense reading expression. I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. Did the bar... Liked the honey. You can barely read. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ooh, big chocolate spender. Oh, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. That's what the wrapper's for. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Nom 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 nom. Yuri opens the book with both hands. The rare two-handed book reading technique. We are truly privileged to witness it today. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on my leg, on top of my leg. Silly me. I had our positions switched in my head, where I was on the right, she was on the left, but it was backwards! What a silly coincidence! Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then, I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if in this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here! I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Yes, you've eaten human feces, Yuri! Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, sure, that's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. Keep shoveling it in, laddie! I see, the situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. Oh no! She's one of those people who gets hyperactive from the sugar, isn't it? Does she have weird little, like, LEDs under her eyelids? Look at that! There's like a green glow. Wow. It just fades in and out. It goes out. Oh man, that's weird. She's not human. She's a robot. My heart is pounding. Also, look at that. Wait. Pretty sure light's coming from top left to bottom right? Or is it coming from... I think maybe it's coming from this window this way. And it's just reflecting off of her head. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I thought if the light was coming in here and bouncing off of her head, showing shadows this way, then that would be... the book would be in shadow. But I guess it's coming... that's fine. That's fine. The world makes sense. Okay, heart is pounding. I've got heart palpitations. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. That would be weird if it was doing any other rhythm. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. You are... Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Fo, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. Those chocolates are weirdly shaped. I get the feeling that this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Courage. Okay. Who should I show my poem to first? Still probably doesn't matter. I threw the same order as last time. Monica was the longest, with all of her unsolicited feedback. Hi again, Fo. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. Wink! As long as it's not going bad, I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Ah ha ha ha, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. Then should I take it? I give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what's gone in that head of hers? Goes on in that head of hers. I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. Yes, she's planning a murder, like everybody in this frickin' club. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. As endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise. It won't stop. Violent, grating waveform, speaking, squeaking, screeching, piercing. What is that? Some little code there? Sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me, baby. Okay. That was, great. And it's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. Why'd she turn into Edwin? No, she's English. I mean, Edwin's English. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. Just like the House of Leaves. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. Whatever, lady. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Ha 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 ha. It's about being annoyed by your neighbor's music. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. I'm pretentious as fuck. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Stop it! I didn't solicit this. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Is this game gonna start breaking the fourth wall super freaking hard? You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about this. I can save the game after every single word I choose in a poem. I may have to save scum my way through the next poem. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? I had a stroke! Ah! That's my advice for today! Thanks for listening. Anyway, and scene. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri. You got time for Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. That's a lot of dots. Yuri stares at the poem. Well, Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Yes, you can tell her mouth is a little dot that she is surprised. Do you... ... like it? Oh, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty, and she rubs the sweat into her hair. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know! It's fine. Take your time. Condescending. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. That's a weird turn of phrase. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. You're a lying piece of shit, Yuri. I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Don't question my motives. Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? ... Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. You idiot. Anyway, ... do you want to share the poem you wrote today? ... Ooh, a leading ... Yeah. I do. If it's with you, aww. The raccoon. It appeared in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering... Shouldn't it be skittering or scuttling? Is that what's the word? Not a Yiddishism, there's a word for that. It's some guy. It's like some guy's name, like a Frankism, where you mix up two words. Maybe scuttering's a word. I don't know. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. Also, it's well in the realm of poems to make up their own words, right? It's very burbling through the Jabberwock Vorpal Blade crap. I believe this is the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. Unordinary. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for you. And if you give a mouse a cookie, the enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The enticing beauty... Okay, so you're spelling out your symbolism here for me, and it's still not helping me. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. So it's been a month, or a day, I guess. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Ew. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions into the newly satisfied animal. Ugh, the symbolism could be real bad. The raccoon has taken to following me. Am I the raccoon? You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. Kinky. A rush of blood. Oh no, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. I do not like the subtext here. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. Yeah, I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Oh, I can. That's right, it's a little bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. It's like The Room. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies of slicing up raccoons as if they're bread. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Foe? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone is a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now. I wouldn't say ranting, more just rambling. But I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening, end of list. There really aren't many people like you, Foe. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. Ah. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Okay. Yep, just as I suspected, we'll have to save Natsuki and Sayori for the next episode. Which, I'm really afraid that Natsuki's gonna friggin' have another meltdown. I am afraid of that girl. Actually, I'm kind of afraid of all of them, but her most particularly. Anyway, we'll see how that goes, and I assume write a third poem in the next episode. So thanks for watching, guys. Signature catchphrase.